Okay, we're going to play a game called Home, a unique horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. I played this a long time ago and completely forgot everything about it. So, your game will be saved on map at certain points. However, I recommend you put aside an hour and a half and complete the game, complete your home in a single sitting. Oh, Sheena's like, oh yes! Sheena's happy. Why is Sheena happy? You know this game? Turn up the sound, turn off the light. Frick you, the lights are staying on! Because I have 3 lights. I have the overhead light, the monitors, and no, it's not gonna be dark here. All I remember at that point was finding myself alone. Oh my head, where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet, a flashlight. We were sleeping on... Why were you sleeping on the floor? Oh, the way he holds that light. Ooh, 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 ooh. Staying alive, staying alive. I had to do it. I had to. There was blood on the floor. That house. Where was I? See, there's blood on the floor. Sir, demand you examine this blood immediately. Okay, never mind. He's not going to examine the blood. For he is a douchebag. There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I didn't recognize his face. He was still kind of warm. I didn't recognize his face. He was still kind of... Okay. Fine. Okay, kitty. Let's examine this floor here. Let's get a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Yes. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why does this look so familiar? I really shouldn't be going through this stuff, getting my fingerprints everywhere. Oh, that's unfortunate, but, Oh! Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. Realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh, man, I had to get out of there. That man died in the hallway. What was this blood doing here? Okay. Oh, crap. Hold on. Crap. I just realized I forgot to change the, Let me see if I can do it on my phone here. Because I can't alt-tab. If I alt-tab out of this, the whole game just goes flatline, and I have to restart the whole goddamn thing. No. No, come on. Let's see here. No. Yes, I know I'm live. My channel, please. Chat. Can I do it this way? Game. Can I do it this way? Game. Oh. Ah, there we go. Yes. Ah, I can do it on my phone. Nah, nanny friggin' boo-boo. I feel accomplished learning that. Can you see the... Good, can't see the mouse. Not that it matters. I couldn't click on anything anyway. I noticed it all as I limped. As I moved downstairs. How did it hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. It seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. There were scribbles of all kinds on random scraps of paper and notes about some kind of water tower. Did he mean the one by the old train yard? A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Yes, we freed the mouse because I am a nice person. A collection of rusty tools. These looked like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? Yes, why weren't they? This was an odd place to keep yard tools. What would they have been used for in here? Who knows? I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Yes. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Okay, why would you hide a thingamawatsis? Okay, so is there anything here? No. The frick was that? An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for two people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. How long has this been here? Rotting. The man upstairs didn't look like he'd been dead for a long time. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guess. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Sure, why not? I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. Let's go back upstairs and see if that switch did anything. Hello? Nope, that didn't do anything there. But it's okay. It's fine. What the hell was that thing? Okay, that man's still dead. Okay, so it's gotta be somewhere else then. Gotta be somewhere else! It's got some interesting styles. Definitely interesting animation styles and whatnot. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn and there was a mud caked all over my shoes. Had I been sleepwalking again? Was that how I got to that house?
But for me, it was Tuesday.
But for me, it was Tuesday. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheet. I wonder if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning, or him. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. It seemed odd that the tray had been left there, considering how clean the rest of the bathroom was. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Someone blocked the front door. Lovely. Okay, what the hell was that? The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. I gave the door a hard shove, and to my surprise, it cracked open. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Keycard. Ocker. Locker. Last one, I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. The smell of old dishes and moldy food was dizzying. Oh, little mouse. Be kind and see the results. Cause and effect. Okay, so I was kind to little mouse and got an achievement for it. Okay. I was kind to a little mousey. The switch in the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. Oh. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. I have to use the mouse to click the things, which is annoying. Maybe I found a way out. Maybe I must have moved it, right? I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. Yeah, it has to mouse click, damn it. There was a ladder going underground, where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I come down the ladder? Yeah, we're gonna get dank. Did you change the title of the game? Yes, I did. It's supposed to be Home. The game is called Home. I can't Alt-Tab because the game has a fit. Yeah, I did the thing. It's the stream game. Yeah, updated to Home, yeah. Yeah, we finished the demo for Crow Country, and now we're doing Home, which is a full game that I played a long time ago, and I don't even remember. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant. They didn't want to be in the same picture. I wonder where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. Footprints in the dirt. Looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Wherever this place was, it was obviously used a lot. Places all over were marked out of the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They're all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first. I need to see what else was down here. The guy upstairs must have done this, but what was his interest in the water tower? Some of the markings matched the scribbles I saw on the bookshelf upstairs. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? Yes, we need defense. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. Why did I take the gun? Defense, my buddy! It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? The desk looked old and was cracked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper, covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out, and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I couldn't make out a few letters. He, if, he, af, it. None of it made any sense to me. Nothing about Rachel or me was written there. Maybe I need to keep looking. This game has an M. Night Shyamalan twist. Yes. Some kind of homemade rack, slung together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? The smell in that room was like old grease and rot. I wasn't getting any closer to finding anything useful. Crudely made shells. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. The slight fumes that still emanated from the cans made me dizzy. It looked like a cage? It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. That place was getting worse all the time. I knew I had to keep moving. Let's check the door over here. My mans don't know how to run. Which would make things so much easier if he knew how to run. Oh. They looked to be bones, half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? I wonder. What would have happened if... What would have found if I had dug deeper? What would I have found if I had dug deeper? The world may never know. Let's go check out the ladder down here. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? If I was scared before, I was terrified now. Why were there clothes of our house there? And these clothes? Was that why I was there? I checked my back pocket and realized my wallet was missing. Did I come to the house, or did somebody bring me? Same thing. Same thing, god dang it. So basically examine everything just twice. I'm sorry, excuse me. Oh! Oh. Well, I just upset a bunch of bats. Lovely. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Yeah, we'll just not go that way, right then? We're not gonna go that way. It's a broken... I'm sorry! Right in my left ear! There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Sure, why not? Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. I had the rope now. There must have been a use for it around somewhere. Oh! Well, hello. You're buried in the wall, obviously. And I can't examine you. I'm sorry. I'll be leaving you. Maybe I'll come back with the authorities later. I'm not sure. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Uh-oh. Oh, that's lovely. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out! Danger due to cave-in! I wanted nothing more than to get out of there. Maybe we'll be getting out of here then. Okay, that was loud. That was unspeakably loud in my ear. Thank you. I had forgotten all of this. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there. But it was so high up that it must have been a sore landing. My leg ached just thinking about it. Maybe we're the ones who climbed through that. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet and there was grass smeared within it. Make a marker fire at the head. What? There was a similar dirt on my own shoes. Lovely. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? No, I have a gun. I still had the old handgun. I wasn't sure what good a knife would have been. Excuse me with the loudness! The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Through the dust, I could see handprints from previous use, probably from whoever worked in these sewers. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it? Sure, why not? I'm sure that wouldn't have caused a problem at all. I'm gonna go back to the other ladder. There's an exit. I'm not going that way. I'm exploring. I need information. Oh. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was stuck kicking out. Yes, let's take the tape. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. I did not want to keep digging through this mess. Of course not. Yeah, that little sound in my ear scroll between my mouse after a what the f... Sheena's getting the clips! She's getting them clips in! Appreciate the clips. We're not going out that door. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Yes. Why not? Why not frick with the whole sewer system while we're here? Sure. Why not? Frick it all up! Why not? Why not? Just break the whole system. I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem at all. I don't even. It's like it must have been. I played it for like 3 hours a long time ago, and I don't even freaking remember anything about this. Anything. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe find a way to drain the putrid water. What's the best thing in life? Using a balloon to steal 2 tanks. Okay, so I need to turn it on. Okay. Using a balloon to steal 2 tanks. Howdy, DM. Yeah, the valves. Let me give you a shot. I can't do it on the. I can't do it through the Streamlabs because if I alt tab out this game, the game just says not. So let me just or Dave will get it to me before then. Thank you, Dave. Okay, so I need to turn all the valves on. Turn them all on! Turned off the water flow. Oh, I turned off the water flow. Oh. Okay, I turned off the water flow valve. Oops. Hi, Dan. Ready to meet the Grim Reaper tonight? Oh, sweet mercy. I thought I could turn this valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Yes. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Yes. Turn it off. Let's see if that worked. Nope. Okay, I gotta find more valves. I've got to... Okay, turn the water on, I guess? I don't know. And parts from previous YouTube pods from whoever worked those sewers. Put this over here. Okay. I can't remember if you can soft lock yourself or not. That would suck. Just suddenly soft lock yourself in a game like that. Okay, especially one that doesn't have any saves. Okay, maybe that works. Man's a limping too! Pardon me. Okay, so which valve am I supposed to hit? Frickin' now! Okay, the one don't work, so... Oh! Have to keep turning it. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we got it. I'm just dumb again. Took multiple turns. Okay. Pretty sure my hands are all over the place in this place. My front prints are everywhere. Ah, there we go. Looked like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yes. I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped I had no idea what it might open. The smell hadn't improved much, and the room was damp. I wonder if it has something to do with that other door. Door is locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Okay, so I can't open it. My first showed a clip of me stealing 2 tanks in a cardboard box. Surprisingly, my most watched. Go ahead and post it. If there's anything bad in it, boy, I am going to yeet you so fast. People come here because they want to see funnies. They don't want to see pornography and gore. Unless it's playing Dead Space. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? The faded poster was yellow and dusty, but it had obviously been wiped off recently. No big you do down. The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. I have a key! Frick you then, game. Oh, there was a security camera in the room. Must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. I couldn't help but wonder if someone was watching me from the other side. Oh, I found another dead body, a sewer worker. He was a mess, but he looked like he'd been stabbed. I could see a keyring that had fallen out of his pocket. Did I take it? Yes. I worked up the nerve to snatch the keyring away and put it in my own pocket. I was feeling even more sick from seeing another dead man. I didn't want to get any more blood on my clothes. Time to go back! I used the keyring to unlock the door. Hello? The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. Looks like tape I found was one that was missing from the shelf. I wonder what was on the tape and why it was thrown out. Well, there we go. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wonder what was on the VHS tape I found. Did I play the tape? Sure. Oh no, the video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. Tape looked fuzzy and stretched, like somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been two men. I couldn't stand to watch that video again.
I am weak with lack of precious blood.
You know, I wouldn't mind if someone made a Switch version of that. So I could go back and play it again. Oh wait, no, I'm going to thing. I liked that game. That game was good. That Vampire Masquerade Redemption was a damn good game. Hopefully next year, things working out and all that, I'll be able to play the other one, Bloodlines. I tried a bunch of keys in the keyring I had found in the sewer worker, and one of them seemed to fit. Ba 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 ba! A collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. That room didn't seem like much of a place for drinking. What was the point? The wall was littered with dozens of old faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clippings, bodies have been found in ravines, in the forest, and in one case dumped in the back of an abandoned truck. I couldn't be sure, but I thought some of these same articles had also been pasted in the back of those tunnels. Killer, it says. Did that sewer worker find this room? Is that why he was killed? The faded receipt was half trampled on the floor. It was from the local train station. It was for 2 tickets. I didn't know what use it could be. Did I keep the... Yes! The seamless, timely blood clip. Ha! I neatly folded the sold receipt and slipped it into my front pocket. That entire room was a mess. Okay, that made me jump a little. That made me jump a little. That made me jump. I ain't gonna lie. That made me jump. That made me go, whoa! Okay. Whoo, game, you done caught me there. That was just, whoo, boy. This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gotten past that flooded room with this. Clever. Why go through all the trouble? Why, indeed. I cursed the weight of the gun as I hobbled up the ladder. Would I really need it? Or was there some other reason for wanting to carry it around? The thought of that videotape still haunted me. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? Was it the same person that hid all those newspaper clippings away in that locked room? They didn't appear on a security camera. I could go no further up on the ladder, and tumbling the latch above me finally found my escape. The stench of that sewer finally abated, and I could smell old, damp pine trees. The lid had fallen on the entrance there and was stuck shut. I was relieved to be above ground again. I figured I should keep moving. I saw the eyes back there. Don't think I didn't. Mine ears with the squeaky. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Yes. I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. brains! Oh, in a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yes. The wallet was missing its contents, including any cards or ID. It was worn but light. Made carrying the gun around seem more awkward. Where were my driver's license and credit card? Did I put this up here? Or was somebody else carrying it? From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. It was getting cool up there, and I shivered with an uneasy sense of what was to come. How did I get home from here? How do we indeed? Ooh, god dang. Can't read what that says, that's fine. I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. Oh! The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilly. Welcome to the House of Exploration! Hello? Is anyone home? The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Hello? Anyone here? I'm cold and there's things outside. An old ticket booth that looked fairly ruined. Inside the ticket window were sheets of paper and wait. What were these? Train receipts? I thought the receipt I had picked up might match these. But of course not. This station had been closed for years. The ticket must have been for the newer station that opened up on the other side of town, after this one was abandoned. However, I noticed a series of fresher-looking paper, covered in tiny notes, scribbles, and diagrams. Oh, achievement locked. Escaper. Investigate potential travel plans. It looked like someone had been leafing through the old ledgers looking for something. A name, perhaps? What's on the floor? G's bloodstains. Oh god, they got G. G's down again. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course! The map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I found in the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower, and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? He was insane! That's what. The sorry condition of that place seemed sad somehow, but also ominous. Ooh-wee-oo. Oh, we're outside again. Okay. Oh. The old train was ripped open and hanging from a shred of metal, as well as the broken fence, was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train's shell, I could see a few faint impacts like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, though I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as I thought. Like, it's like, get the gun ready just in case. Some business about to pick up. It's getting colder out there, and I had to keep moving. I can't just, okay, can't walk around the tree. The tree, yeah, that's fine. Don't walk around the tree, that's completely fine. I'm sure that's fine. Oh. Okay, well, where in the Sam Hill do I go now? I guess I go back through the door here. Oh, God, could you cease that? I see you back there! Stop that! Lord! This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around those tunnels underneath that man's house I had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river, and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Lovely. I almost wish I had paid more attention to those crazy scribblings. Maybe I would have been less nervous about entering that dark forest. Oh, I'm sure it's fine. Oh, we're doing this. Oh, we're doing this. What is this? Frickin' Platoon now? Oh, God. Or is it frickin' Gilligan's Island?
I will send you to Jesus.
Damn right I'm going to. God. That part in Platoon was so stupid trying to find your way through the woods. The one picnic table stood within a circle of trees like an altar. It was covered in faint markings and carvings from whom I assumed were previous campers and hikers. I read some of the names and notes on the table's surface. Rytron, Kumar, Uncle Phil, Henry, and Daniel. Uncle Phil. David D. Jenny. Still, my table had seen lots of use over the years. David. Jenny! Jenny! Oh, I need to. Rytron. Don't know that. Kumar, Harold Kumar, Uncle Phil, Henry, Daniel, David D. Jenny! I'm coming up on some Wawa. The path ended in a cold-looking river. I wasn't sure if it was safe to cross like this. Did I cross it? No. In that darkness, it didn't seem wise to try. Maybe there was another option. Can I look at it again? No. Okay. We have a bum leg. We don't need to be fricking our leg up. I don't think we can swim with a bum leg. Capital letters are clues? Probably not. I don't know. Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take... Yes! Give me back my damn card! My freaking MasterCard, damn it! I pocketed a credit card. Hopefully I can find my driver's license, too. Through the fence, I can see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wonder if I can find my way around. Probably through the hedge maze we gotta frickin' do here. I'm sorry, excuse me? I heard that over there. There was a fire pit there. It was still a bit warm, and a few embers still burned at the bottom. Was someone else out in these woods? Why did they abandon their campsite? 2 folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There were a couple of cans of beer spilled on the ground. Whoever was here left this place in a hurry. But why? The cheap dome tent slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside and could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks, and a cooler. I felt like if I kept rooting through the campsite, someone would walk in on me. Okay, so there was a campsite here. Either they heard me and took off running, or they took off running earlier. Tons of different ways to go. Tons! There was some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Sure! Maybe it's some geocaching. You know what those are, where they leave a note and you put your name in, leave something, and then leave, you know. Geocaching, it's weird. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was page after one page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Rachel! Her name was last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out, but these marks looked older and more faded. Cheryl, Heather, down the hill, probably. Who were all these names? I can only think about how much I needed to get home to make sure Rachel was okay. Bum, bum, bum! Okay, that's that way. What about this way? Aha! Lots of no, don't open. I'm opening it anyway. I'm getting in here. Get it in. The grimy sink had a small patch and it looked almost clean. There wasn't much in the way of clean water there, but the sink did work. There was a damp-smelling plank leaning against the stall door. I might have been able to cross the river with it. Did I take it? Why, yes I do. I managed to carry the plank under my arm so it didn't get in the way. Well, now we can cross the river without getting a problem. You know, I don't like liver. I've tried liver before, didn't like it. My grandma loved liver. Liver and onions. She absolutely adored the stuff. Me, I'm like, I can't stand liver. I took 2 bites and my mouth went... The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. Yeah, she loved liver. I can't stand... I'm like... Oh, God. The thought of it just... Ugh. I didn't know who was camping back there, but I couldn't bear to stick around to look for them. I just wanted to get out of there. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I would never want to return there. Well, I got a plank that I don't need now. Ow, my ears! Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. I must have been at the edge of the forest, though I wasn't sure where the path ahead of me led. I could almost feel the cryptic notebook in my pocket as I tried to think about what it would mean. And where were the campers who had abandoned their site? Would I meet them too? Though the path ahead of me was less dense, I still felt guarded and wary. Who knew what was ahead? Love you all. Hope to catch you Friday. All right, you have a good night there, Dave. Thank you for being here as always, buddy. Thank you for being here. Always great to have you, buddy. I know it's gonna be fun freaking clipping at the end of the night. "30 minutes of freaking Dead Space." Ah! As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. I'm sorry, excuse? One of the lockers hung open as contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. Old work clothes had been picked through, though, and a few photos and notes had been ripped off the door and spread around. The door was locked shut, and there was a little electronic box over the handle. A sign was pasted at the front of the door. "Danger! Closed for repairs!" Same thing. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. Time to connect the power, 'cause we gotta get home. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotten. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellow clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was Norman. One was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Norman took over a general store after the factory closed. Rachel and I would get lunch every now and then. Rachel liked him because he seemed more positive despite the setback. I don't think I could say the same about me. Okay, it's not as bad as the other one, but still, Jesus. Aha! A power panel. Looked like there was a shut-off. Did I push the switch? Yes. Why not? The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was scratched out and the face was unrecognizable. That woman's photo. I knew I had to get back to Rachel to find out what happened. Power panel? Yes. Oh, that's what my noise was. So they closed the door on me. It was shut tight. There were rusty-looking cards slot on the side. Oh, I need to find a card, too. Lovely. Okay. I like this game's minimalist style. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. Odd, it seemed like some beer bottles have been used on the table recently. They weren't as dusty as the rest of it. Where? That noise just itches you in the ear. This was Norman's locker. The door was dead, like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. Maybe he came back. My head ached, and I recalled the last time Norman, Rachel, and I all had lunch together. Rachel seemed so much more at ease when we were all hung out. Maybe Rachel liked Norman. Another panel that I hope could help me get the power back on it. Yes. Well, like, I really like this style. I really do. This whole minimalist style. I like it. Utility shelf. Crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Yes. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Utility shelf. Crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take? Yes, we took the. Yes, you took the hammer. That's getting annoying. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take it? Yes, we did. I slipped the key card into my pocket. From the musty smell, I assumed that no one had used this locker for a long time. Yeah? Another panel I hope could help me get the power back on. Did I push it? Yes. And there's the last one. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I haven't been doing these right. Okay, I wasn't doing these right. I wasn't paying attention. Now I gotta go back and redo all of them. Because of course, I wasn't paying attention as per you. Okay, that was fine. As per usual. Professor Emeritus of Dumbassery, everyone. My God, someone oil them doors. I know the place is abandoned, but still, oil the freaking doors. Oh, look at it. I struck with the hammer. The old wooden boards came apart easily. After I had removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Good job. Leave the hammer right there. Is power necessary?
You fool!
Yes, you fool, because he left the hammer. This was my locker, there in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. You fool. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I'd taken the picture home when the factory closed. This room is nothing but bad memories. The floor was littered with old liquor bottles. I wonder if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. It reeked of the sour stench of leftover liquor. So I gotta go back and check all the switches. And check that keycard door. Gotta check that out. Uh-huh. Nope, still not on. That one's on. Keycard I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use it? Yes. I slipped the card through the old reader and turned the handle. Okay, extra beeps plus... There was some kind of ventilation hatch there. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt enough as is, but I couldn't see another option. Did I jump? No. If I was too chicken to jump down that broken ladder before, why do it now? There had to be another way. Door has to unlock itself again. There was no keycard slot on this side. Oh no! Well, we're gonna hurt ourselves. Ah! Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily and was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Yes. Most of the letter was violently scratched up with what looked to be a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was, need to. Just don't. Drinking. Need. Norman. Who was Norman writing to? What was Norman going on about? That room at the top of the plant, the one with all the bottles, was it really getting to me? Maybe I was just distracted. Who went up there and used that room? As I exited the factory, I didn't recognize where I was going. My head ached terribly and my leg was a mess. I shouldn't have used the keycard door, but I was curious. I seen you! Back through the woods. Lovely. I'm sure that's as all safe as shit. Oh my lord! The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it? Yes. I cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed that I found my credit card and now this. I tucked the card in my wallet next to my credit card. Did somebody steal this from me? I wonder why they would have stashed it there. Just threw it away? It sounded like it was going to start raining again. Thankfully, we're getting inside. Where it's not raining. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of a television. I'm limping like a motherfucker. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Looked like I couldn't just pop it open. Needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. Blood on the keyhole. Norman, what have you been doing? Oh. This is gonna be fun. Oh, TV's on. TV still flickers some indecipherable channel. I couldn't make out what was on the screen, but that glow just gave me the chills. Oh! Oh no. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, you deserve better than this. Did I close his eyes? Yeah, sure. Why not? I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. Quickly, I closed Norman's eyes. The poor bastard. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wonder where it led. Did I pull it? Yes. I gave the chain a single tug, and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. Lovely. This is all lovely. What's all this now? There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Sure, why not? Inside the old cardboard box was a pile of clothes, photos, and even shoes. As I looked closer, I realized they were Rachel's. What were they doing here, Rachel? What were you doing here, Rachel? Were you responsible for poor Norman downstairs? The items in the box only made my head spin more. I desperately needed answers. Oh, hope to hell Rachel had nothing to do with that mess. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. The world may never know. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. I'd never been to Norman's place before. At least, I didn't remember ever doing so. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Yeah, sure, we need answers. Found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. There were takeout containers and food scraps. Looked like Norman was eating for 2. Or he had 2 people there. It's a dumb sound. Why do I keep doing it? I would love to turn that TV off, but, yeah. Let's just leave that annoying sound alone, because that's annoying to hear it, and I hate it. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty and had a fat stack of travel magazines set beside it. I wondered if someone had robbed the place before killing Norman upstairs. Maybe something else happened. We don't know. All I know is the icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been turned off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. Half melted, as opposed to completely melted. What's the matter, Norman? Cheated on your hydro bills too? There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. All the postcards, that one seemed the most popular. There were only a few left. Everyone liked the water tower. Don't know why. That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It had been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, but to find him like that. As I thought of him still lying on the floor back there, the gun I carried seemed ever present. Seeing that dusty box of those old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? And what was Rachel doing at Norman's place? I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers. But I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, we got tons of doors we can use here. Let's check this one. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. You know, maybe you should tell me which house yours is, buddy, so I can figure it out. Okay, maybe this is your house. I love how many TVs we leave outside. It's like, if Neon Arcade saw these CRTs, he'd lose his freaking shit. You're like, oh my god, grab it! The neighborhood's local post box. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the... Sure, why not? We've already broken enough laws, why break a few more? Why not? The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm saying this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband, and your friend. I need some time to sort this out, away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him. Norman, so don't you think you can hold that against me? Maybe I'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to. But he deserves at least that much. Oh my god, my wife cheated on me. My non-existent pixel wife cheated on me with Norman, my best friend! A bastard! I'll shoot him myself. Maybe we did. Goodbye. I didn't know what to think. Dun dun dun! I didn't know what to think. My mind was racing, my heart pounding. I had to get home. I just had to. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. Oh, wait, there was blood there. There was blood there. I don't get to go back, do I? I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it shielded me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I never did fix this gate. It was stuck. I needed to press on. There was no turning back at that point. Damn, there was blood back there, too. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. The house was painfully quiet. Okay, enough of that! Please, enough of that! Just allowed my ear, thank you. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and stained. And this sound right here in my ear, which I don't like. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. I remember having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? I armed my gun. I said, no issue. As I walked towards the bedroom, blowing blood slowly, one at a time in the chamber, like, honey. The table was clean. It hadn't been used any time recently. Oh, Rachel! The door to the basement, it was locked. Where had I put the damn key? There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Did I open it? Yes. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? This didn't make any sense. Pardon me, everyone. Pardon me. It's just my stomach rumbling. It's sorry. Okay, it's just my stomach rumbling. I didn't have a good lunch. I'm gonna make that up. Make up for that after the stream. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. I just bust the door down. It's in my house. I can do it. I had found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yes. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Maybe I had dropped it there. Stolen ID! Recover the pieces of your wallet. Our television. I had purchased it before. I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but by then it was too late. Rachel was pretty angry about that, I realized. Yeah, you lose your job, and then the first thing you do is buy a TV. Real smart. Some bullshit's happening here, I feel. Because all we hear is the rumbling. I can tell you that's not my tumbling. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Is that actually that freaking loud? Why are you so loud? Hey, now that I look more closely, it looked like the man in the house had some same books I did. Honey, I got this TV. It's 1,000 gallons of pay-per-view. One book in particular seemed a bit odd. I remembered owning it, but not that edition. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Yes. Inside Rachel's suitcase were a few days' worth of clothes, some personal effects, and a train ticket. As I stared at the ticket, I could feel myself flush with anger and resentment. The date and time matched the receipt I had found. Rachel, why? Were you really going to run away with Norman? Was I really such a monster? Here's the thing. If you're not liking a relationship, here's what you do. You tell the guy you're leaving and you leave. You don't just sit there and be all mysterious about the bullshit. Unless they're abusive. Our hallway mirror had been smashed, its pieces scattered around the floor. I couldn't really make myself out anymore. I wasn't sure I wanted to. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps was always stuck, but I hadn't gotten around to fixing it yet. That old house was charming for sure, but it wasn't always easy. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. It seemed impractical at times, but it was part of what we made that house home. Clawfoot bathtub. Don't really understand the appeal of it because, you know, it's all that porcelain, you slip, fall, break your neck. I'd rather have something that has some stuff on it so I could sit there and not fall on a slip surface, you know what I mean? Aha. My laptop had been left on and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yes. I pocketed the key. The laptop was warm. It had been running for a while. Yeah, I'd rather have a tub mat put down something when I take a shower. You know what? In a clawfoot bathtub, I'd rather have like an edge that's not slipped, so that way I can slip out and, you know, get out without falling. And have somewhere to sit while I dry myself, you know what I mean? I don't like clawfoot bathtubs. Don't like them. Time to go to the basement. Probably at the key we found. I unlocked the basement door. Rachel, are you down here? There were all Christmas decorations in the box. I couldn't even remember our last Christmas. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Yes. I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. Looked like there was plaster and an old trowel here, too. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. We had way too much junk. I had put up this old divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck. And the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break it through if I had something heavy enough. Okay, maybe I need something heavy? Okay, so I don't have anything heavy to open that hole in the floor, or in the wall. Even though I could I could punch it. The front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. Okay, I might find something here. The grab key I found in the basement unlocked the door. Hello, Rachel, are you here? It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here too? In here? There was no crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take? Yes, we took the crowbar. I lifted a heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. Why did you appreciate its weight? By the looks of it, the crowbar had broken a few things. That's a concern. Why do you have a crowbar that can break a few things? And why was it in the room like this, huh? Buddy boy? Buddy boy? Did we murder our wife in a jealous rage? Did we go cuckoo and look a bass and go, bitch, I'ma kill you? Oh, basement, sir. Go to the basement. There's a hole down there you can mess it with. Okay, so Miss Heard crowbar commercial. We found a crowbar in a room that was wrecked. Did I break through to the wall with the crowbar? Yes. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed the hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? Don't look. What did you do? Oh, there's blood. Don't look. A filthy-looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile, see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Did I oh my god, we get to choose. Do we find Rachel? I'm gonna say yes, we found Rachel. Oh no, please. Among the stained fabric and rotting out odor, my wife's body lay crumpled in a heap. A single bloody wound had ripped open her chest, but thankfully the details were obscured by blood and dirt. I could tell she had been shot, and the thought of the handgun I had taken made me retch. This was the feeling in the pit of my stomach, the tingling that brought me back. I had finally come home, and my wife was dead. I thought about all I had seen, and wondered if it could have helped me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Grim discovery. Realize your worst fears. Maybe I'll use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. No matter what, I needed some kind of escape. It was my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again. Or maybe somebody stole it from me. Norman's story of that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? I'm gonna say no. No. There was no way that was me out there. I woke up in that house, remember? I wasn't off in a damn forest. This was the old photo of that other man and his wife, I assumed. I found it in that house. I recalled those faded remains I had found deep underneath his house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess? I think yes. So he killed his wife and sealed it up. Well, it's an open and shut case. Well, we're actually deciding what we did. Definitely. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house, and the remains of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that's for sure. But who had killed him? Within the few broken pieces that remained of that mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained. Perhaps I would never know how that mirror came to be broken. Was it by Rachel's assailant or by Rachel herself? The thought lingered and would haunt me forever. This man is a monster. Well, we're actually deciding if he did. The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. The quiet in that room unnerved me terribly. I still loved the old-time charm of that claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like cold comfort then. Rachel loved this part of the house. We get to decide if he's the one who did it. I decided he didn't. It was the key card I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through that door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's, but if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? Yes. Must have been him. He must have been using the old locker room. I had made up my mind. The laptop had finally run out of power. How long had it been left running? I'll tell you what, this is loud as shit though in my ear. It is loud as shit. So someone snuck into that drywall room and killed his wife and, yeah. My old office safe sat on the floor. I used a digital passcode. Did I try to open it? Yeah. What was that damn code again? No, that wasn't it. Damn, I couldn't remember. Oh well. I leafed through the notebook I had taken from the forest. In it were the names that had been written down. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, and Rose and Rachel. I recalled the names I scratched out, that I saw scratched out on the old desk, deep within those musty tunnels. Was the man in the house really up to something? Was he the one responsible for Rachel's murder? I found him dead. I'm gonna build off the assumption that Norman didn't like what Rachel said. He came to kill her, and then we went and killed Norman. But something had happened, and we got involved in something. It was a letter I had taken from the postbox. Rachel, were you really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think things were that bad. In the letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried of what Norman might do. Did he do that to Rachel? I want to think Norman did. I was sure of it. She wanted to end their affair, and that bastard, he killed her for it. A lot of it made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot. So he had plenty of time to plan it out. He knew where we lived, obviously. Is that why Rachel looked so scared when I came home that day? What had happened to me? Did Norman knock me out or something? I didn't know what to think. I just wanted to put this whole mess behind me. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. Just thinking about things like that made me sick with grief. Yeah, I understand the sick with grief part. Boy, I understand that one. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe, I thought, I was ready to go back into the basement. The mail still sat there, heaped on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? It seemed like that the mail had been there for a while. We checked the kitchen first. Hey, Herb, with a name like home, you know something going on there other than home. Hey, Herb, how you doing? We're just finishing up, I think, this. Hold on, let me, You doing good? Let me give you a shout right quick. I gotta do it on the phone because this game is picky in that, if I alt-tab or anything, the game just shuts. It just shuts off. There will be no more dinners here, no more chit-chat over breakfast. At least not for us. Hey, I gotta do it on the phone because, like I said, if I try to alt-tab, the game just goes bonkers. Let's see, we finished the DLC for Dead Space 3, which was bullshit. Then we played a demo for Pro Country, which was great. Now we're doing Home. There'll be no more dinners here, no more chit-chat over breakfast, at least not for us. We were playing a game where we woke up in a base, woke up in a house, a lot of dead bodies around us, and also our wife is dead. Feel that? Been there before, yep. I couldn't recall when I last ate, but I wasn't hungry in the least. Okay, so that's it. We just go to the basement. And do what with our wife's body? I have no idea. Started the stream late because of some issues. So yeah, it's been a day. If I wanted to end it, I could do it. I could do it with that gun. Did I pick it up again? No, we're not killing ourselves. Just the thought made my head spin. I left the gun on the cold basement floor. If I wanted to end it, I could do it. No. Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back into that room again. I had already seen too much. I needed to put an end to this situation one way or another. Well, how you want to do that, buddy? We've been all over town, kind of, through back-end ways. Hadn't seen a living soul. There was nothing for me here anymore. No reason to stay in that house. Did I leave, never to return? Yeah, sure. We killed the guy who killed... I think we killed him. Living in the town hadn't been easy. The plan had helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. I swear I had tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was the final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I'd remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I had seen to think otherwise. After making it out of those tunnels, I thought those sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape I had watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like two people. But who was it that was attacked? With Rachel gone, the implications of what had happened there that night were starting to gnaw at me. Someone had clearly taken my wallet. It wasn't me in those woods, or Norman's. But who could have done so? And why drop my things all over the place? Was someone trying to incriminate me? Deep within those woods, though, was where things became truly awful. Finding that notebook only made things worse. Rachel's name had been on that list. What terrible plot was she a part of? There was a similar list of names on that desk back in those tunnels. What was the connection? It was clear, at least, that Norman had been going back to the old plant. Maybe he was the one who had boarded up that locker room, who had been drinking up there in that secret hiding place. So he had killed that guard then? He must have. Maybe he found out, or the guard had caught him on patrol. Damn it, Norman, why? After the factory, I thought I might find some saws if I could just get to Norman's store. All I found were more horrors and more questions. Now I really consider it, that's where I should have seen it coming. Norman, you were dead. It was damn hard to feel bad about that. It was clear you and Rachel were more than just friends, but obviously whatever had been going on had gone badly. So why did you kill her? Did she want out of whatever you two were getting into? Were you responsible for the other murders and those other horrible things that had gone in that town? I would find no peace, that much was certain. But this way I didn't have to look you in the eye, or sit through some kind of trial and wonder what was going through your head. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as disoriented as when I sleepwalked. To think of it now. Coming through the back door and into the kitchen should have tipped me off that something was horribly wrong. There was no sound of television, radio, or even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. The other man I found involved in all this was somehow... I knew it. But it was Norman, that traitorous son of a bitch who had done the deed. Whatever was going on, he was the one who took Rachel away from me. I hated him for it more than I could possibly express, but it offered no strength, no solace. Rachel was gone now, and I was too, forever. As I swung open the door and stepped out into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife, just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, rather that I should run. Oh, and that's the end. Slipping away. End your story by leaving. Well, that was interesting. We ended our story by leaving. Just straight leaving. We said we're done. Bye! I want to think there was probably another way we could have done it. Another ending. Probably several endings. I don't know. But still, it was nice. I liked it. Create your own story just by going wherever you wished. Graphics were nice. I love minimalist graphics like this. Almost dedicated with my wife Nancy. Watch your back. Sound I liked. I liked the music very much. Controls were okay. It was just spacebar and arrow keys. Gameplay was fine. Didn't really have a problem. Share your story. Connect with us. Okay, we can homehorror.com, Benjamin Rivers, or BenjaminRivers.com. That's nice. But we're gonna quit the desktop.